Go against
Just because
the
Dame's on the
Nuggets.
squad now?
Who's coming out the West?
Shit, the Nuggets or the Lakers?
Who?
The Nuggets or the Lakers? He said.
You think the Lakers is good enough to beat the Nuggets now? I've never been able to say that.
I just said that's who might go.
Huh?
That's who might go.
The Nuggets or the Lakers?
You don't like the Lakers?
I don't mind them. Golden State ain't
The
in
fuck
that.
kind of answer is that?
Golden State ain't in that.
Why? Because they got old ass Chris Paul?
They just picked up Rudy Gay too.
They still got the old squad.
Old ass Rudy Gay?
Old ass Rudy Gay.
I mean, LeBron's old,
Pause.
but he's better than both of them put together.
But at the end of the day, this is the Watch Podcast. I am the man, KP the Kid. These are my guys. We're missing one. We're missing him in spirit, but we're going to let him be. I got my guys here. Introduce yourself. Cutter, what's going on, bro?
Nah, shit, brother. How you doing, you little African?
Hey, man, you got to chill with the Denzel Barry White voice, man. I need energy from you, man.
I don't know how to do that, my nigga.
Yes, you do.
Unless I'm coaching, I could yell.
Imagine these are your girls and they out here acting a
We can
fool.
do that. No, they'll be mad right now.
They might like it. Man. Go on and yell at them one time. You know.
How y'all doing?
What's going on with you, Jamel? Talk to me.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jamel. Wash Ash Jamel at on social media. Make sure y'all check out the Wash Podcast. And also check out Wash Drink. I see several people out there in the audience with the Wash Drink. Make sure you guys get and check that out. We will be in Cannes early October. Shout out to Spangalang Brewery for hosting us tonight.
Right on, Shindig Blue. Go check it out. It's a good drink. I appreciate it. It's a different type of taste. I hate seltzers.
You don't even got one, though.
I got one though. Where's yours at, my guy?
Mine's on the way because I know that's exactly where the conversation was coming. Mine is on the way.
Mine is on the way. But at the end of the day, let's toast up. Let's get this started.
Everybody in the audience, please get your drinks up. Have a toast with us real quick. We appreciate you all being here. To those of you who got the Shindig Blue, and for everybody else who didn't, go get one. Thank you.
Shit tastes like Kool-Aid.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, what we talking about today, fellas?
Well, I think we need to stem off of the last time we had an event at Spangalang. It was a fantastic event. We had the CSU-CU watch party. It went into double overtime. It was great. This place was packed out from the front to the back. Once again, shout out to Spangalang for that.
Who you was going for? Did y'all win? All right. Nah, I got
Hey, you know what? Real quick before we actually dive into the topic, I think CSU is the blacker of the two universities.
Why?
Because I know more black people to go to CSU than I know black people to go to
Because you don't know
CU.
them new black niggas. That's why.
The new black niggas.
Yeah, you don't know them new niggas.
You know people, but see,
They both are lacking. That is very true. I think that the numbers are slightly more at CSU than they are at CU, but I just wanted to throw that out there for the conversation.
right.
You did
And then
research.
My
Yes.
man, I love your appreciation, but come forward. We got a mic for you. We want to hear what you got to say.
Look, he can't wait. Like, nigga, I got
He
my
said,
shit on.
yes, sir.
That is a great point, KP. We do have a mic out there somewhere in the crowd. If you have something you want to say, please raise your hand. We will get the mic to you. This is an interactive podcast, so please be on it. But that brings us to our topic.
So, as Jamel started to get into, we had a watch party here, what was it, 2 weekends ago? And we had a little incident after the party. So we just wanted to address it. So without getting too deep into it, basically what happened was a guy got rejected by a female, and he didn't react. He didn't react to it the way most of us probably would. So if you were to approach a male or female, however, whatever it may be, and they turned you down, is your first reaction to be negative or your first reaction to be like, okay, I appreciate your time and move forward?
Fuck you, motherfucker.
And that's really what it was. That man was hurt. He was hurt deep, and I don't understand what it was about. I don't know the backstory behind it, but this man it ruined his whole night that she told him
He
no.
told you this?
Huh?
No,
He told you
we
this?
saw it.
We saw it.
Oh.
I guess, but I guess my
didn't
point,
see that.
my point or my counterpoint or my thought there, KP, is
Hold on.
I think it goes deeper than just male female. It really is the feeling of rejection. How do humans deal with rejection, right? I think the natural response is to be like, damn, you don't want me, or damn, like what's wrong with me that you don't want me? But it shouldn't necessarily be a negative thing, right? I guess that's where I'm coming with it. I don't know. I could be right. I could be wrong. KP, what do you think?
So starting us off, I'm gonna go with confidence. Like, does it have something to do with self-confidence? So if I approach one of you ladies in the audience, and I go up to you and I say, hey, hello, how you doing? My name is Keith, blah, 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 blah. And you're first be like, I'm cool, I'm good. Does it kill me? Like, damn, why don't you want to talk to me? What did I do wrong? What could I have said better? And things like that. It messes with your mental. So your first reaction could be, fuck you, bitch, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, should it be that route, or should it be like...
So are you really going to say your name is Keith, though?
I mean, that's what my mother named me.
I mean, there's going to be
mama
KP.
named him Keith. I'm going to call him
I
Keith.
want to know, because eventually KP's going to have to come in, so why not say it then?
I mean, you know.
Does it matter how he introduces himself?
She might not like a Keith nigga.
So that's where I went wrong. I introduced myself wrong.
Well, let's in the true spirit of being washed and being vulnerable, let me ask you guys, have you ever been rejected before?
Have I ever been rejected? I can't say I've been rejected.
You never been rejected for a job?
Of course, yeah.
Oh, we didn't.
We starting out generally. Damn, calm down. Give me a second.
So
Have you ever been rejected before?
For a job, yeah, motherfucker.
You ever been rejected by a female?
Yeah, motherfucker.
Have you ever been rejected by a female?
I haven't been rejected by a female, no.
Oh, you that dude, huh?
You got them all. You batting 10 for 10, huh?
I mean, maybe I stay in my lane and I move forward.
Ladies, is he cute enough to be 10 for 10? Because I think that nigga ugly as hell.
He's black too.
Somebody like it.
Somebody like it. But going back to the point, and thank you, E.
10 for 10, cuz? No.
Thank you for being honest, E, because I don't think he's going 10 for 10.
I don't think so
But
either.
I guess my question is, if whenever you got rejected, were you just like, damn, fuck you, stupid ass bitch, or ugly bitch, that's why you stuck up anyway, or something like that?
That's what I'm not going to do.
Why?
I wasn't a nigga.
I mean, it's not
My
necessary.
approach maybe wasn't the best.
Right.
Or she just wasn't fucking with me. And I got to accept that.
So right there, she wasn't fucking with you. So do you think that's something across the board, like a norm, where dudes can be like, you know what, shit, I should have came harder?
Pause.
Should I have come with a different game to get her attention?
And what's going to be the different game?
Meaning, how realistic is that? If I approached a female and she was like, no, thank you.
She already looked at you and determined if she was ready to fuck with you or not.
Of course, but that's not what we're asking.
Regardless of your approach, unless you're like, you tell her where you work and nigga, you're that dude and you a doctor, that might be different. But that first approach, nigga, she already took it, nigga, she's not fucking with you. She's seen you walk up.
Okay. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but after she sized you up and said no,
So what am I supposed to say? Thank you, have a good night, and keep it pushing.
not
right?
even thanking you. Like, I appreciate you, man. I'm out of here.
Thank you and appreciate the same.
You know what I'm
thing,
talking
nigga.
about.
So here's the real question. If you get rejected, you should just be like, okay, cool, move on. Or in the spirit of today's society, I always hear this, apply pressure. Just because I said no the first time, or I wasn't interested, or I turned you down the first time, doesn't mean I actually wasn't interested in you. I'm playing hard to get X,
Okay,
Y, Z.
I was about to say, how's that facial expression when you asked?
Right.
Was it
And
like
so
with
So
a
body
giggle?
language is
With a
what you're talking
giggle,
about.
like nigga, no, nigga, or was it like, huh?
So going off of what Jamel just said, with today's society, say that again, Jamel.
There's always apply pressure,
Apply
right?
pressure.
You hear that a lot.
So with today's society, and I'm hoping this is what you were getting at, with the last couple of years, we've had the Me Too movement and things like that, where I feel like it shut dudes down from approaching women. And, I mean, there'll always be them lames who going to do whatever they want to do, regardless of what it may be, make you feel uncomfortable, blah, 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 blah. But with everything, I feel like a lot of dudes became afraid to approach because there's been a lot of people who got taken to jail because they just said hi, and the way she took it went another level.
What you just said, applying pressure. You apply too much fucking pressure.
But how do we know how much pressure we should apply?
I told you no, motherfucker.
But
That's
just
the
like you
pressure right
said,
there.
sometimes no means try harder.
What in
Hold
there
on,
says?
whoa, I heard no.
I heard some no's. Come get on the mic. Come on. The mic is over here.
So-
if you said no,
I heard no. So a lot of people have getting the wrong opinion. It means try harder, or does it mean flat out no? That's what we're trying to understand. And I think a lot of dudes get to a place where it's like, oh, I wasn't trying hard enough. So next time I talk to her, when she turns me down, that means I need to come back with something different.
So is it next time or is it 15 minutes later?
And that's the question we got to figure out.
We got a comment in the audience.
I would say that body language does have something to do with it.
You got to talk into the mic.
I would say the body language does have something to do with it, and how she says it. She's giggling, but also you don't want to be too aggressive as well, right?
Right, you don't want to be aggressive, but how do we know how to read that body language? She could be a reserved female and just be like just chilling, and she's probably waiting on you to like, I need more than just hi. I need you to come with, what can you do for me? Can you, I don't know.
Yeah, why you gotta go straight to there?
Well, let me say this. In full disclosure, I am married. He is married. He is not. So this isn't this isn't a situation of we're trying to seek advice. This is more to talk to the other guys out there that are listening to the podcast. Some of us who may be washed, 35 plus, 40 plus, who are back into the dating pool. We want to make sure that we are giving information out to folks to make sure that they are approaching women or women approaching men the correct way, right? So I just want to give that disclosure first. But two, it's more of an educational thing. So please, do give us your opinions. Be as vulnerable as possible. We're trying to make sure that people don't get into a situation like we were in 2 weeks ago where somebody's following somebody into the bathroom.
Correct. And we asked a few of our married female friends, and their first thought was, if you're married, why does it matter? In life, rejection can be many, many things. Not just a dude coming to talk to you, maybe that. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe the person you're married to, you might reject that person, and it might become a thing. But we got something to say. Go ahead.
Okay, so there's two parts to this. And when we're talking about applying pressure,
Once again, talking to the mic.
Timing is everything, right? So if you get rejected the first time around and we try to apply pressure immediately, it's not going to work. Timing is everything. If we go reapply pressure later, it's a different circumstance, it's a different situation. Now, in the terms of rejection, think about what rejection truly means and what it presents. When we think about an energetic point of view, love is the highest vibration, right? We function on love. So rejection is a powerful energy that can pull out things that take you back to the first time you were rejected. So if you were rejected as a child by a parent, if you were rejected by a grandparent, by a friend, by the little girl that you liked in the 3rd grade that didn't like you, when you get rejected, it's going to pull you back to that space if you haven't come to terms with that and why that rejection occurred.
Right.
So I'm gonna jump in on that real quick. I think that's a
hit
very
her
good.
with a dodgeball when you get rejected in middle school. I'm sorry.
In 3rd grade, you gonna hit her with a dodgeball?
In the head.
First of all, thank you for your comment there. I think that's a very good thing to point up because you're bringing back feelings of the first time that you got rejected, right? But I also think that it's different when it comes to romantic relationships, right? If you get an email that says you didn't get the job, you're gonna be like, damn, I didn't get the job, and you might be sad about it for that day, the next 2 days. But the visceral reaction when you come up to a girl, say, hey, can I buy you a drink? And she's like, oh, nigga, you ugly, right? Like, you going to be really hurt about that, right? So I think there is levels, if you will, to rejection, and it attaches itself to, like she was saying, a deeper point in your mental psyche, for lack of a better word.
Okay, but if someone says straight out the door, you're ugly, I'm fucking mad. Nigga.
But
fuck you mean?
It
doesn't matter. That's disrespect. Like, I thought I was handsome enough to come up to you and say something.
And she had
that's
to
your
put you in
fault.
your
place.
That's your fault because you knew you was not handsome.
I might buy a drink and just pour it on her. Fuck her.
But that's the next
There
point.
it
Like,
is.
how do you get to that?
That's rejection right there.
But how
That's
do guys, and I'm gonna say guys, how do guys get to that next level of, as opposed to saying thank you or okay whatever and just turning around to I'm gonna pour a drink on her or I'm gonna tell her fuck you, you wasn't that cute anyway. Like, how do you make that jump to that next level?
My confidence level just got fucking.
So you got hurt, so you gotta hurt them as much as you was hurt.
Yeah, you told me I was ugly.
There it is right there. Your confidence was shot, so now you got to bring her down to your
Like,
level.
Denying me is one thing, but be like her. And like the body language, look me up and down like, ugh.
So I
Problem.
I think this would take me into another direction, and I hope we're going here with the notes, KP. But
Before you go too far,
Okay.
I want to stay because I feel like she touched on a point, meaning that there was a point in life when you were rejected, and you're going to hold on to that rejection, and you're going to walk into all situations with that rejection. and then it judges on how you move in certain situations. That might be called, that causes a quiet person. Like, hey, last time I tried this, girl, male or female, I tried this once, and I remember when Sheila in 3rd grade said, "Ugh, you're ugly," and I'm gonna hold on to that shit for
Not
the rest of
3rd
my
grade,
life.
man.
I'm joking, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, last weekend, you probably walked up to a female, was like, "Yo, how you doing? Let me buy you a drink," and she was like, "No, thank you."
Okay, but why is the first thing I have to say is let me buy you a drink?
It doesn't have to be that. I'm
But
just.
you done said it 3 times, nigga. So that's how you.
We
roll,
are sitting
nigga.
in a bar. That's the first thing you would think of is to buy the person a drink. No.
So you buying her a drink's gonna give you the advantage to get to know her.
That's an icebreaker. Like, hey, let me buy you a drink. All right, thank you. Then boom. Then you say something dumb like Jamel would say. Hey, where did you buy your shoes? Did you know they were from Tennessee? I don't know. Some weird stuff like that. It might work. They laughed. I don't get it.
It must have worked,
Pause.
nigga. Goddamn.
Wait.
That shit must have
So
worked.
if the
goddamn.
first line is "Let me buy you a drink," especially as females going out these days, we know we're gonna get free drinks. So we ain't paying you no attention, and we gonna take that drink either way. It's not an icebreaker anymore.
Right.
Okay, so
Why I'm not buying one?
to get back to the
your
conversation
problem.
then, and I would love to hear from the ladies on this side of the room. Not that I don't love y'all's comments, but that I see y'all looking and nobody's talking. But what is the right way for a man to approach a woman in a social setting, right? Not necessarily a bar, not necessarily a club, right? You're at King Soopers shopping, and I see you guys, and I'm like, oh, she's attractive. How should I break the ice? How should I come say hello?
Right, and I think that's where we at, and where the rejection part comes in, because I think male or female, again, I'm trying to take it away from sex. I think this goes across the board, where it's like, because I've seen females when I like dude, but he's not talking to me, so maybe I should talk to him. So I've had that vibe. So I'm wondering, like, it has to be more than hi, hello, my name is. I mean, that can start it, but you have to have something beyond that, because I know a lot of people is waiting on, all right, hey, how you doing? Now what?
But do you think it also has to do something with maybe I've seen this person a couple times, and now 3 times now I'm like, all right, I can say something because I've seen them. You might have looked at a motherfucker, they looked at you, and now you're like, now my confidence might be built up, but then she gonna call you ugly, so you fuck. Like,
and that's the confidence thing. That's the build up and things like that. But that doesn't answer the question of, after I've built up this confidence to go over to you, what do I do at that point? And I think that's where a lot of people struggle, and that's where I make jokes about it, but like cut up with something corny to say, that might be the icebreaker outside of let me buy you a drink.
Why
I
he
can
keeps
walk up
pointing
to
at me
you
when
and
he
be
says something corny? I don't understand.
I mean,
so you in the grocery store, what are you gonna say to a woman in the grocery store? You
So
at the
you
bar,
know-
you gonna ask for a drink.
So you
in
know
the
Fruity
grocery store,
Pebbles
what are
and-
you asking?
and Pebbles
are you
Sweets.
Are you asking her what she's buying? You're gonna be like, what did you come to buy? I mean, just.
but that's really
so
the jig.
what's
Yeah.
the icebreaker in that conversation?
And it depends on what it may be. I'm not going to put anybody on the spot, but that's what it is. I think a lot of cats get nervous at that point of, what do I say now?
You grocery shopping, you doing something positive. You can't fuck.
You
with
got to
shit.
be. Hey, you had some of these grapes yet?
We got a comment from the audience. So go ahead, sir.
Man, we were just talking, and my man brought the mic over, so I guess I gotta.
Got to.
I gotta say
Got
something.
to.
First of all, don't be hitting on nobody in the grocery store.
You can't hit
That's
on
the
nobody
rule.
in the
What's wrong with
grocery
hitting
store?
somebody's next to the
Time
Where are
peaches?
you supposed to
Hold on.
find
All
somebody?
right, so don't
hold
get
on.
mad.
Hold on. Go
Don't
for
get
it.
mad when you get rejected in the grocery store. That's not the place to hit on somebody, man. Come on, man.
So it has
At
to be
the
the
grocery
bar.
store. She at King Soopers trying to do her thing. She in her flip-flops and hoodie, and here you come. What she trying to handle? That's just the wrong. There's a time and place
So
for
the
everything.
DMV?
And I mean, that's my take. I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna just circle back to what we're talking about as far as what to say to them and all that. Man, I got to a point when I was in my groove, in my prime.
There you go.
I just got rid of all the bullshit, and I just would start, telling her like, look, I ain't got no lines for you, girl. You fine as hell. And I
Nice.
think if you just throw it, like, look, I got nothing. I'm not trying to come there like that, but you're just fine as hell. What's she gonna say to that? Like,
Thank you,
thank
bye.
you for telling me you're fine. Thank you, bye. If that's what it is, thank you, bye. All right. Thank you, bye, girl. Just want to let you
Or
know.
if she gives
Move
you a
on to the
little,
next.
and if she gives you a little inch, you're in there.
A little inch.
You're
little
in there
inch,
because you're gonna keep the
little
conversation
inch,
going now, right?
You know.
Right.
So she's gonna be like, okay, thank
So
you,
she
but
fucked
I
up.
have a man. Thank you, I'm married. Thank you, I'm not
There you
interested.
go. Okay,
But,
yeah, there
oh,
you go.
okay,
There you
thank
go.
you. That's really nice of you. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that. You're just here by yourself. Yeah, I'm here just here. I'm like, okay, let me buy you a drink. Cause you know, just ain't no strings attached. Let me just buy you.
So
Let me buy your groceries. Don't work.
let me buy your
I'm
groceries.
just
No,
asking.
it does not work because
that might work
Why?
though.
I'm buying you a drink. I
Hold up,
can't
let
buy
me
your
get- I got you.
Hey, buy your groceries will work, but you might not see her again.
oh, you'll take the groceries over the.
Why wouldn't you, nigga?
No, because she was saying if I buy you a drink, she already knows she's gonna get a free drink. So now if I walk up to you and say I'm gonna buy your groceries,
Oh wait,
Man, you got to ease into it.
Wait a
Ease
minute.
into it.
Wait a minute. So
Trying
we
to
went
buy
from buying
groceries
drinks
off the
to
bat, man.
I'm gonna buy a can of corn to now I gotta get the whole goddamn family fed. So let me.
Hold on. I see you ready.
Go ahead.
I see you ready.
Yeah, so I just wanted to touch on the discussion about buying a girl a drink.
Yeah.
When I was single back in the day, I never let anybody buy me a drink because I didn't want to have to owe him anything.
The
or have him
expectation.
feel like I had to owe him anything. So if somebody offered to buy me a drink, I'd say, no, thank you, I can buy my own, but I'd chat with him. But that's something right off the bat that I was never comfortable accepting.
Because if I buy you a drink, baby girl, you're going with me.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know if a lot
I mean,
of women...
I know it doesn't work like that.
I don't know if a lot of women feel like that, but it's almost scary to a certain degree.
Right. That's actually what I was going to ask next. Well, one, thank you for your comment. The next thing I was going to ask is, by show of hands, ladies, how many of you have felt uncomfortable in a social bar situation when a guy has asked you to buy you a drink?
That's everybody. That's why
The-
you don't say that.
So no, that's what I'm getting. So the point that I'm trying to get to though is, how do we make you not feel uncomfortable, but still be able to try to talk to you?
But I'm trying to talk to you.
hold
though.
on, wait. So
We got a mic going around. So if you guys want to make a comment, please get on the mic.
So no, what she was saying is buy the drink and keep on moving. So I was gonna actually say that I have bought a drink. Hey, I want to buy you a drink. I don't mean nothing by it.
She might like that more.
Yeah, and then I'm like, you have a good day, and I'll move on. And then that time she came to me, was like, yo, I appreciate the drink. How are you? Blah blah blah. And the conversation
You was
went.
interested, but you was just like, fuck it.
Not even that. It was just like, hey,
Yes, it is.
I saw you. I just want to get you a drink. Here you go. I'm out. And then she came back to me and was like, hey, I appreciate the drink.
Oh, you made a money, nigga. Huh? I see how you roll, nigga. I see
So
how you-
we had a response in the crowd. Let's go ahead and get that response about buying the drink and keeping it pushing. The mic is off. There you
it
go.
is.
Go ahead.
Right
Go ahead.
into it.
No, I agree with what he said. Like, give me a chance to, come and talk to you or finish the conversation. But don't stalk me and
Right.
don't expect nothing. Don't think because you bought me a drink, I owe you a dance.
Right.
Or I gotta go home with you, or
Bitch, you is my girlfriend.
But how many women go up to men and really talk to them?
It's very rare. So I think that's kind of where we at today, where as far as men goes, we feel the pressure of, I have to go talk to her because she's not going to talk to me. You know what I mean? And then I know in today's society, women are like, no, that's not the way it is now. I'll go approach a man and this and this and that. But I want to get away from single life and things like that because we can go on all night
Right.
of being approached in the club, being approached on the street, being approached on...
In the grocery store, we can't
store.
talk to people in King Supers apparently. Real quick before you transition, KP, I do want to say we are an inclusive podcast. We have been saying about males approaching females, females approaching males. This is for everybody. So if there are males who are approaching males, there are females who are approaching females. We are inclusive. I appreciate all of that. Do not think that this is just a podcast designed for heterosexual folks. And this is my own personal opinion.
We all agree, but a dude dating a dude, you want to date a dude, you know we ain't shit, and you still want to date us, you are an idiot. But that's the here and there.
With that being said, we have been talking about the male approaching females, but there are other genders, there are other sexual orientations that I
Right.
want to be inclusive of. So this is not just geared toward males to talking to females, but obviously, not going to say obviously, but the people up here on the stage right now identify as heterosexual, and that's why we're talking in the space that we're talking in now.
So the direction I wanted to take it off of the single life dating and this and that, because that can go in who knows how many directions, because approaching somebody can be, it's timing, it's what you say, it could be a lot of things. But I want to stay on rejection, but because my guys are married, and I feel like a couple of people in the audience are married too. Rejection comes in a serious relationship and a marriage also. So I kind of want to go back to what one of our members was saying, how she was dealing with, she wasn't, but dealing with rejection early can mess you up in the future. So in a couple, in a relationship, if you're telling your spouse no, rejecting them, no, how does that affect your relationship in the long run?
Well, we saying no to, motherfucker.
Anything. Think about it. If you really want to go there, let's talk about sex.
Let's talk about sex.
We can talk about the kibby. Like if I'm approaching you, hey, sweetheart, babe, honey.
But if you have to hear like, not today, something ain't right. I mean, what else they gonna say?
What if they're genuinely tired?
Genuinely needs nuts. Nigga, that's what.
Something that we had a conversation about was that like it was, and this was one gender to the other, like the female saying to the male, "I'm tired. I don't want to have sex tonight. Whatever, cool." But if a woman was to say to a man, "Hey, let's have sex," if the man doesn't want to have sex, that never happens.
Who
right?
you fucking?
So hold on, real quick. I saw a hand shoot up.
We got two.
This was the conversation that was had. It was saying that you can't reject something that's always wanted, right? So the young lady who was in the group chat said, "Hey, I've never been rejected because my husband or significant other or whomever it was always wanted to have sex," and I think that speaks to the idea, and I put that in quotations, that men always want to have sex. One, is that true? Two, ladies, have you ever been in a situation where you've been rejected from your significant other?
Now hold that. Go ahead and get your shit off.
Yeah.
No,
Pause.
I was gonna definitely say men do reject. I've been rejected several times as a woman from my partner, and when it comes to that point, then it is no longer wanted. So when you said that, the rejection, you don't reject what you want, right? So being rejected by a man is because they don't want the woman. And it goes both ways. If a woman rejects a man because she doesn't want him, rather, we still fucking if I'm tired. Let's be real. Like,
right.
real. If I want it, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, I'm not gonna take.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
Come here, motherfucker.
Can you say that again and speak directly into the mic so we can hear you clearly?
Hey, make sure y'all cut that up in the podcast. We gonna use that. We gonna put that on Instagram. I'm gonna take it if I want it.
No, that's real stuff. Like,
no, I got
if you want it, why is it being rejected? It doesn't matter. Like, if a woman or a man says that they tired or they head hurts or they knee hurts or whatever the reason is, it's because they don't want it at the end of the day. Rejection is lack of want.
Right. I guess
a flight to Boston would do me right. You don't know what that is?
I'm not even going, we're not even going to go there. The other question that stems from that conversation, though, is going back to what we were originally saying. Is it okay for women, you to be, not okay, have you ever been in a situation where you've been rejected by your significant other? I know we have one that said they have been, right? But what does that make you feel like? You have been cooking, cleaning all day. You love your husband. You love your significant other. You guys get in the bed. You put the kids down to sleep. And the young lady or the aggressor, for lack of a better word, says, "Hey, like I'm trying to get active tonight." And the male says, "No, thank you. I want to go to sleep." How does that make you feel?
I think she kind of answered that. She's like, "I'm gonna get what I want." Basically,
from you or from somebody else.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna get.
I'm sorry, y'all. I love the comments, but somebody's gonna have to say it into the microphone.
No, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I feel like man's sex drive is higher than a woman's, so.
I don't agree with that, but continue.
What? Okay. Well, you just said
Wait, hold
all
on.
men want sex and stuff like that, like they want it all the time, and sometimes women don't want to have it just right then, right there. Well, I feel like a woman who's always like rejecting him, you're going to eventually get cheated on because you're not doing enough in the bedroom. That's where I feel like all the cheating really stems from.
So, if I
Niggas thinking about what to say. Huh? Like, how do we come back to that one?
Wait,
Hold on.
She creeped up with it. Hold on,
she
before
walked over
yeah,
here.
say she creeped up with it before we get you on the mic. Just to clarify the point, you were saying that a lot of cheating happens in relationships because somebody is being rejected too often. And if they're being rejected too often, they're going to go find what they're looking for somewhere else. Now, before again you get to that point, I would like to point out that if that's the case, that means that somebody in that relationship can almost never say no.
No. So before you go there, I think I agree to a point.
Wait, hold on, we gonna clear.
She's gonna lose her thought. Nigga, let her talk.
I agree to a point that rejection can cause male or female to cheat, and I want to take sex out the place, out the topic.
Yeah.
Just
Excuse
rejection
me.
and
Go for it. Go for it.
Thank you. It's not about
joke,
sex.
huh?
It's about your
Wait,
passion.
you got to speak into the mic. We can't hear you.
It's not about sex.
There you go.
It's about your passion.
Okay.
And if you're not fulfilling your passion and you're not doing your work and doing your craft, you can't fulfill another person. So it's a common dance. It moves in its ways, but it's in your individuality.
In your individuality.
Okay,
So-
so when am I not supposed to ask for some ass?
So hold up. So what I heard
Like
is
you just-
it's not about, it's about passion. If you're passionate
said all
about what
that.
you
If
want.
you're bored,
That's basically what we said. If you're bored,
If
nigga,
you're
I don't wanna
bored,
hit
it
that,
might
and
be
you're gonna tell me
yourself.
no.
One more time.
if you're bored, it might be yourself.
It might be yourself.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
You need to reflect. Where are you not like?
If you're bored with your significant other,
No, if you're bored within yourself.
if you're bored within yourself and
If
you're
you're
looking
not-
Busting a
Gotcha.
nut?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody bored with that. Never.
Let's see your butts.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
See, you're not gonna get rejected right there. You know that?
No.
They got a couple things. We can keep it going. So, what I'm gathering
Who wants to make?
from what I've heard was about passion and being comfortable in yourself is what I think I'm hearing, and being confident in your own self in your relationship. If I'm saying that right,
Sounds right.
sounds right.
We got another comment I feel like coming, or are you just holding on to the mic?
I can hold, but I can speak too.
Go ahead and
Go
speak.
ahead.
So, I was in a long-term marriage. Sex was not an issue. That wasn't necessarily, if there isn't a fulfillment in the relationship, it doesn't matter if it's sex or just quality time. It's going to create a rift in the relationship if you're looking at the romantic level and the sex and stuff to push you guys apart. And you're going to reject your partner because you start looking at them in a different light anyways. And so you're not going to look at them the same way. And they will go seek something out through someone else eventually. And it may not even be what they're looking for, but it may end up in a sexual act because they don't know.
So right there, you said you was in that long-term relationship. You go looking for something else, and I think you said they might not get everything, but they might get that piece that will scratch that itch, that'll take care of that feeling that they were looking for.
Possibly.
So what is the itch? A good
Wait a
hug?
It could be a good
kiss,
hug. It could be a joke
good
every now and then.
conversation real fast. Like,
Yeah.
And if you said, like, if you go back to rejection and back what Birdie said in regards to, like, your past, if you weren't taught how to deal with rejection, then you go seek it out in different ways and you act a fool. And so then you go cut up and it may lead to cheating.
I
But
would
that's just an
think-
act of a result of something else.
So
that
let-
doesn't mean that's necessarily fulfilling what they need.
So again, I think what I'm trying to get from this conversation, and I think what we're steering towards and trying to steer our audience towards is, what is a good way to deal with rejection? How do you handle rejection? Somebody tells you no, or how do you internalize that? How do you work your way through that? Real quick before you get back on the mic, I would love to get maybe some of the men's opinion at the bar. Anybody else? Somebody else's opinion of if somebody. How do you deal with with rejection?
We got one more.
You ready now?
We've been looking at you all night. We glad you finally on the mic.
I've just been trying to. I want to be articulate in what
Absolutely.
I have to say. I just say move on, man.
Okay, move on.
Because life is too short. It's just too short because I think initially the conversation started with confidence. You know, it's about having confidence in yourself, right? And if the person rejects you, yes, I'm acknowledging that is incredibly hard. That's hard for anybody.
Right.
I don't
Right.
think any of us get over rejection. But just move on because that person's not worth your time.
So while you still have the mic, that person not worth your time, but you can't just move on from your husband, can you? Like if in your house, can you say, I've been rejected by my wife, it's time for me to move on?
Obviously, that's the only thing that's working. Obviously, if you only give good pipe, nigga.
Here's the
that's-
thing. Here's the thing with that. I think that's a great question because I think a lot of couples deal with that because there's an ebb and flow to relationships too,
Right,
highs and
right.
lows all the time. Granted, I'm like an old white woman, so you know, take this with a grain of salt. But I think you have to be able to grow through that. And if you're in a relationship where you accept one another, you know that there's going to be those highs and lows.
Of course.
And there's been times when absolutely in the relationship I'm in of rejection on both sides, right? And this isn't like sexual. I mean, this is just
Of course,
in general,
across the
right?
board.
I mean, you just got to take that because at the end of the day, you choose to love that person
Right.
So
with
you
all
don't
their
think-
greatness and flaws.
You don't think the rejection can go from sex with everything else that you just talked about, like anything besides sex? So I probably don't like this person every day, or you did something to make me mad, so now I'm going to reject you just because of that. That could lead up to that rejection too, right?
Yes, it can. And here's the thing. Again, I'm an old person.
We're
But my
not
mother-
going to use the word old. We're going to use the word washed.
I'm-
Or seasoned. Seasoned.
Now you're
Seasoned.
washed.
I'm full of wisdom. Let
There
me
you go,
put it that
full of
way.
wisdom.
Wisdom. There you go.
So my mother, who's almost 80, when I
Damn. I didn't mean it like
Right?
that. I'm sorry.
Right.
I didn't.
So
That's
here's the
not how I
advice
meant
she
it.
gave me because I was a person that got married much later in life compared to the average. And it's because I just, people said, "Oh, you're too picky. You're just too high of standards, yada yada." And the advice my mother gave me was said, "Love should be very easy." So if that's the motive, right? If that's the end goal, then it should be really easy. And if it's hard, just turn your back and walk away.
Right. And you saying that within a relationship and as a single person.
Yes, absolutely. Because I had that mindset, I ended up marrying someone later in life that I want to be with for the rest of my life.
That's what's up.
Shout out to you.
That's what's up. And
Thank you, old white woman.
You beat me to it, guys. You beat me to it.
Real quick, I just want to shout out to the back table again. Y'all got y'all second round of drinks, and it is not Shindig Blue. Shout out to y'all. Don't think I didn't take my eyes off of y'all on that one.
That nigga's promoting.
Hey, look, Spangalang Brewery.
So last topic before we wrap this jig up. Last topic. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you just now knew?
Before we wrap this up, so we've talked about single, we've talked about relationships, in a relationship, rejection on each part. So one part that we kind of didn't touch on is building that connection so you're not rejected. So as a single person and married in a serious relationship or however you want to call it, building a connection to prevent that rejection. So I'll start off with, I think we were talking about not being in the mood for sex. We can use that as an example. How do I get you in the mood? How do I change your feeling, your comfortability to be willing to go to that route of, all right, I know I had a bad day, but let me go ahead and handle that before, something else goes down.
Ladies, are you ever just sitting at home? Are you sitting at home and just be like, let me go ahead and handle that?
Let me go ahead and handle that. Yes.
Is that how the conversation? I don't really like this nigga right now, but let me go ahead and handle that.
Let me go ahead and knock this down before he get a little attitude.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get up out my face.
Yeah, I'm tired of hearing this.
Let me
motherfucker.
want to do that. It's a problem.
But at the end of the day, that's a real discussion.
Is there a way to do that? Is what you're asking?
Is there a way? So we started with the single conversation. I think what we got was don't be overly aggressive. If you hear no, back up for a little bit and understand why you got no.
Can I pause the conversation right there and take this the relationship or the sex or anything out of it? How do you in life whether it be pursuing a career, whether it be pursuing a promotion, anything like that, decide of
Yes.
what is the line of delineation between
Relationships, life, across the board.
Well,
How do
hold
you
on, let me
finesse the rejection?
No.
So you need
The
to
the question I'm asking is, how do you decide between pushing for more and holding back and seeing what happens, right? Because a lot of times it's like apply pressure, or it's wait and let her make the decision.
Not her, in life.
You said in life, yeah, nigga.
No, that's
So
what
in
I use that as an
I
example.
got rejected, nigga, I'm cool, but I got rejected for that job, now I have to go harder for another one.
Exactly.
But use that as in the female sense, though. She rejected me, so that means I got to step
So my
back.
game has to be better next time I talk to someone.
Next time you talk to someone, or in
I
that
can-
situation, it could be, let me step back. Maybe I went at her too aggressive. Maybe I did offer her a drink, and I got him, so I'm going to just take drinks from him all night. Maybe it's a step back with life. It's a step back to figure out, shit, what did
How
I
you
do
come better
wrong?
the next time?
How can I?
I think I asked the question because we live in a society where it's like hustle, grind, go harder, push harder, be the best that you can be at all times. When in reality, it's all right to be like, you know what? Let me just chill for half a second, right? I guess my question to you guys, the audience, is how do you decide when it's like, let me go harder, or it's I need to pull up? Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, shit.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna call you old school, but
You can call me that, man.
I'm gonna say he does have a few grays in his
I ain't
beard.
gotta sit by y'all. Look here. No matter what you do in life, what you decide to do in life, it's about where you at in life.
Okay.
Whether it be your age, your experience, it's all about timing. You walk in the club, shit, I might be desperate. So I'm pushing up hard. All right? I might go with my aggressive on. I might be cool. I might just, got a little side piece or whatever. So I might just go in there and see who I can add on to the team.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? It's just where you at.
That nigga went straight to the gusto.
Got it.
Nigga, who could be on the team, nigga?
Don't be eyeballing me, girl. But I'm just saying, anything you do and everything you do in life is about where you at in life.
Okay.
First
so-
relationship, first marriage, maybe it's your second, maybe it's your third. Depends on where you at, where your mindset is at. We talk about rejection. Rejection can come from a lot of different things in a lot of different ways. But that rejection don't necessarily mean that not forever. It might be not right now. So just everything you do in life is about where you at in life, what your situation is in life, and where you want to go.
Is rejection a motivation? Should it be a motivation?
It could be either or. It could be a motivation, or it could be
Timing.
something it could be something like, that's the third woman reject me tonight. I'm done.
Tonight?
Or-
You should be done, my nigga.
Well, you know what? And I'm glad you responded to that, young fella. Because some of us, did I say that?
Yeah.
Damn. We go in there and play, the percentage.
There you go.
Baseball. Because you know what 30% get you in baseball?
Yeah.
The Hall of Fame.
So,
So
I'm
if
gonna
you
hold up right there.
I'm gonna finish for you, KP.
I'm gonna read what you just said. So he was saying it's about a game of percentages. So sometimes you might put up 30%, but in some games, 30% is not bad at all. Like one of our other audience members saying, 30% of baseball is Hall of Fame.
Right. So
Go
let me
ahead.
give you an example.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
All right, we're going for 30%, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 2 left. So let's just say 10.
10 girls.
I'm gonna ask all 10. It's 8 o'clock. The club will close at 2. I'm hollering at you. Shoot a little game there. Buy you a drink. Holler at you. 3 of them gonna say yeah. They're gonna give me the number.
There you go.
30%.
30% is Hall of Fame.
All right, so I'm just saying this, just to wrap it all up, where you at in your life mentally, where you at in your life, where your goals are at, what you've been through, don't determine where you're going, but just your situation.
It's the situation.
All right.
We got one more comment.
So while we passing the mic, I want to compare old school and the young lady that was up here a second ago. She was saying, move on. Sometimes you lose, you move on. And he was saying 30% of the time, I'm going to win. So I think it's a combination of both things. That's a male and a female perspective of sometimes you're going to lose, move on. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a bit middle school myself. I'm moving into old school, but I'm middle school. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in 8th grade, moving into 9th.
Okay.
Figuring it out.
And I using both. Right?
That middle to high school
I use both.
transition.
Hey, I'm graduating. I'm graduating soon.
Hey,
Right?
that
You know
middle
what
to
I'm
high
saying?
school transition
Hey,
is mean.
these titties I got, they gonna graduate soon.
Oh.
Graduate to the old school.
Pause.
Jesus.
So anyway, my man is right. You play the percentages, right?
Yes.
Like he said, like old school said, right? You know what I'm saying? You gotta look. You gotta
Right
keep the
behind
end in
you.
mind, right?
Right.
Because I'm a data scientist in real life.
There you go.
I keep the end in mind. I'm talking to 10, but I'm gonna strategically look at that 10. I know I'm gonna strike out with the first one. Say, you ain't gonna go for me. She good.
So you're
right now you
look,
shooting
so
yourself.
She 10 right there, right there.
So look.
So your confidence is shut down already.
No, not
Yes,
really.
it is.
Not
You
for
don't-
me. Not for me.
You just know
So-
who you can
but-
and who you cannot.
No,
talk
baby,
to.
you got to keep the end in mind. She the end in mind. Right? I already strategically done mapped it out. I know they gonna say
I
no.
think what he's trying to say is the percentages change.
Yeah, they move. Right? It's like a parabola. You know what I'm saying? They yield to the left.
Upon the numbers
They
that you
yield to the right.
the numbers that you were seeking.
And it depends on the situation and where you are in life. Right?
So-
You already not setting yourself up
Hey,
for rejection.
35% is the magic number. Because 65% you gonna get rejected.
Y'all niggas is tripping.
35% you gonna hit. Hey, baby, that gets you the Hall of Fame. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? I live by experience with this. Why would your confidence get shot if you don't give a shit?
Oh.
He didn't give a shit because he didn't even try.
But why would your confidence get shot?
Nigga, I ain't shit.
I'm just gonna
He
shoot
told
game.
himself that.
I'm just saying. You said your confidence gets shot, but if I'm gonna shoot game, I'm like, I don't give a shit. She said yes or no, because a
He's not
closed
even
mouth
gonna
don't
try.
get fed. A closed mouth don't get fed.
And he's not gonna get fed because he's not gonna try.
We gonna
take it to the back.
finish off with this last comment in the corner, and then KP, we're gonna close this out because
Take us
we've been
back.
up here taking up too much of these people's time already.
We having a good time, Jamel.
Don't try, nigga. That's all, nigga.
See, I forgot what the question was.
That's that weed, girl.
But-
That Shindig Blue in you.
No, yeah, that's that drink. But
It's the blue
I was
stuff.
gonna say,
That Shindig Blue.
I see how you moving around the club, but women, we watch that. You know, we don't go to the club looking for a man because we already know what half the men are in the club
Directly to
for.
the
So
mic.
you talk, I'm watching you talk to her, and so when you come up to me, I'm just waiting to just let you down the easy way.
Let me
Or
ask.
I'm running from you.
Let me ask you a question off of that real quick because you were saying you already know what you come into the club for or whatever. But if a man was to approach you like we were talking about earlier in the grocery store,
The grocery store, that gives a man too much time to act like something he's not. I don't feel like a grocery store is real. It's like the club. You know what I mean?
so where is a good place for a man to approach you?
At the fucking stoplight?
At your kid's basketball game, like we can't approach you at the club. You don't want us to see. You don't want to see us at the King Supers, at the gym.
Oh, because we both working out, huh?
Nick, I'm at the gym at 5 a.m. At work, you
Oh,
want to talk to?
no.
Oh no.
Well, you two are married.
You got a job, nigga. Holla at me, nigga.
You two are married. So where did you guys like meet your wives or your
This
girlfriend?
is a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
We've been
Long
knew
time
them
ago.
people.
No,
School? Point blank period.
no, college.
High school
College
sweethearts over there.
School?
Yeah. But again, like I said,
You see what I'm saying?
No,
But
I
that's
got
where
you.
you meet a wife.
So that's
You
but so
didn't meet her in the
but-
grocery store.
but-
You
but-
didn't meet her at the club.
But here's my argument. The audience that we are targeting is people who are probably in their second phase of their life, right? So somebody who's already gone through a relationship, may have had 1 or 2 kids, have been married, been divorced. How is somebody that has been in that situation, where should they meet somebody? How do they approach that person? Where is a good place at a podcast is what somebody in the
I
audience
like
said.
where you're going with that one.
Where is a good place to try to meet somebody?
I listen to you say everything, nigga. I know what you need.
But again, we appreciate y'all coming out. We appreciate all the comments. KP, go ahead and close us out this
All right, let's make some sense of everything we've been talking about. One more time. So let's make some sense of everything we've been talking about. We started out with being single and with rejection as a single person. Well, when approaching females in a social society, at the club, and things like that.
Being able to accept rejection. Rejection is not the end of the world. You don't need to try to pour a drink on a lady. You don't need to call her a stuck-up bitch, anything like that. As we had heard from our audience members, hey, move on to the next. It's okay. There's what they say, plenty of fish in the sea,
Plenty of
right?
fish in the sea.
Play-
Old school was saying 30%
play the percentages.
Hold on, you said
30% of the time you win. So that's a good percentage.
Move to the
Move
next.
to
She just saw you get rejected over here, nigga, and you gonna come holler at me?
Hey.
Nigga, the same go around.
Hey, look.
Fuck that, nigga. I'm just gonna chill, nigga, the whole night, nigga.
Hey, look.
I'm just chilling.
70% of the time, my shit works all the time.
All the time. And we're in a serious relationship, married, whatever it may be. Rejection can happen.
It can happen.
It can happen.
And
you
it's
gotta-
okay.
Go ahead.
Rejection can happen, and it is okay.
And it's okay.
I think a very good point to put on to put a button on that is to make sure it's clearly communicated. I'm
What
not
the
inter-
rejection was for?
Yeah, I'm not interested in you.
I didn't give you no ass because my head hurts. Gotcha.
I mean, but that clears it up, right? Because if it's just like, no, I didn't give you ass. Now
You don't need no Advil?
Yeah. You're in your own head.
Advil this dick. Is that what you was about to say?
Wow.
Pause, nigga.
Wait a minute.
That's where we're going. You need some Advil?
Advil.
We in
Once
there.
again, we appreciate everybody coming out. I want drinks in the sky one more time.
One more
Drinks
time,
in
get
it
your
one more
drinks
time.
up. We appreciate everybody coming out this evening. Everybody that had that Shindig Blue, make sure you come stop at Spangalang and get yourself a drink. October 13th, we will be back here at Spangalang releasing our cans of the Shindig Blue. Come check us out. October 13th. Check out the CU game. It's the CU game. Get some live music. Once again,
CU game the 13th. We're going to be hosting CU against Stanford that day.
that is correct.
Shindig Blue will be in the cans. Drinks on us. On Jamel.
No, drinks are not on me.
All right, never mind.
Not today.
All right, we do it the same way every time. Drinks up, drinks up. We appreciate everybody coming out. I hope y'all had a good time because we did. As I always end it, we all wash, but we end this together.
Cheers.
Peace.
No means no, nigga.
No means no. Do not follow women into the bathroom.